Hello YouTube, my name is Maureen and welcome to Maureen Reads. Um, Today I'm going to be doing a review, well actually 5 minutes later from my previous video. Uh, it's a review, kind of a sad book, a really touchy subject for some people, but if you're interested in something that is going to provoke a lot of thought, make you think a lot, make you really question a lot of things, I would recommend this book. And this book is called Oh, geez. This book is called 5 Days at Memorial, and it's by Sheri Fink. One of my favorite parts about this book is that it actually looks like it has a water damage, and it looks like it's been sitting in like a pool of water. It really hasn't been. It just looks like that. I think that's really cool. Like the ink is all kind of bleeding down. Um, Sheri Fink is a Pulitzer Prize winner. She wrote stuff about some stuff about I think Afghanistan. I don't know, but she's a journalist, um, definitely an investigative journalist. This book explores what happened at Memorial Hospital during Hurricane Katrina. I know Hurricane Katrina is a very touchy subject for some people, almost like how 9/11 is almost something that we don't talk about. It's something that we have our feelings about it, but we don't really express it. I mean, we do express it. It's not something we talk about all the time anymore. Um, this book, what was going on at Memorial Hospital during Katrina is that they lost power, almost like everybody else Katrina, and people in New Orleans thought that they were okay after the hurricane, but then the levees could not take the amount of water that was coming out of, amount of water the levees just couldn't hold, and the hospital flooded. And of course, this hospital wasn't empty. There were a lot of people in the hospital. They had a lot of patients, there was a good number of patients that had a do not resuscitate order. And if you don't know what a do not resuscitate order is, or a DNR, that's blah, 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 blah. The DNR states that if for some reason someone were to stop breathing, that a doctor, a nurse, anybody was there is not able to by that order. It's not a court order necessarily, but it's almost like a will. It's a legal document. So, what was going on is that they weren't sure if they were going to be evacuating the hospital and things like that. So, a doctor or a bunch of doctors, Sheri tries to piece it together as best as she can. One doctor takes it upon herself to, tell these patients that, yes, you'll make it, and yes, I'll give you something to sleep. But in all actuality, there was possibility that she could have been euthanizing these people and, not letting them suffer. That is a very heavy subject for YouTube and for BookTube, and I apologize, but I want to expand you youngins' minds. I want you guys to know everything about all kinds of books, not just, although Divergent is fucking great, I know, but, I want you guys to read books like this too, just so that you can see, what's out there. This book reads like a novel. I could not stop reading this book. I was, anxious to get out of work just so I could read, even though it was like a really sad story. I have slight memories of seeing some of the footage from this incident and from things from Memorial Hospital on the news when everything with Katrina happened. But you can very easily YouTube this. YouTube Memorial Hospital Katrina. There'll be a bunch of YouTube videos that you can look at just so you can get some visuals. So you can match faces to names and things like that. Also, it is probably on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure. Sheri Fink was on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and talked about this book. So if that's another reason to like this book, hey, if Jon Stewart would have her on his show, then I think that's a good reason to suggest it. I don't want to spark any kind of right to life political debate on here. That's why I'm not really saying my opinion on how I feel about this. I'm just kind of voicing my opinion on the book itself. The book is impeccably written. You know, like I said, it reads like a novel. But you learn as much as you would learn from a history textbook, I think. Would I recommend this book? Most definitely. If you are able to handle the heaviest of heavy, and I'm talking, you might not cry like Fault in Our Stars heavy, but this will definitely leave you feeling, not necessarily empty, but it'll definitely leave you feeling heavy. Not to say this is a pretty heavy book. There's at least, between all the notes, let's see, there's at least, I'd say, 60, 70 pages of just straight notes in here. Besides that, this book's like 491 pages, so almost 500 pages long. I did get it in hardback, but I'm not sure if it's in a paperback at all. Who would I recommend this book to? Pretty much anyone who has any kind of interest in United States history, especially current history. My camera has been moving, my laptop's been moving this whole time. I feel bad. I'm trying to do such a serious video, but I'd recommend this book to anybody who has, like interest in recent events in America. Anybody with a nursing background or anybody who likes to read about, medical stuff. I grew up with nurses all my life, so I knew a lot of the terminology and I knew a lot of stuff that's going on, but Sheri does a really good job at, letting you know, like giving you definitions and stuff, but not being so, like a dictionary. But I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, I'm not trying to spark any kind of political debate on here. I'm not trying to, voice my opinions on this matter. That is for a different channel, a different video, a whole different day. I'm just talking about the book itself. But as I said, the book itself, I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, check it out. It is really good. I really don't have much else to say about this, except for the fact that you might want to keep some tissues handy, because it'll make you feel sad. Alright, YouTube, until we meet again.